How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all doing well in the set 10 of the One Piece TCG. A lot of fun decks trying out, right? With the ban list coming out, everyone's experimenting with their own stuff. And I just want to play a good aggro deck. And man, oh man, after playing the ST21 Luffy, right? This leader here. A lot of people point out that you can just take a lot of the cards and put them in Zoro and make Zoro even stronger, which is kind of crazy because he's already been pretty good with the animal package, right? With this chopper being like the main engine and searching out all of your animals. They get a lot of value from Zoro's leader ability. So I want to try it out. Found a pretty standard looking list, made a little bit of changes, but pretty much stayed the same. Here is the original authors list. I just cut for one more Sanji 2K counter. So shout out to the author. But yeah, pretty standard Zoro animal package, but putting in the new Sanji Mulgun really for that 8-cost kid. The new Luffy works really well in Zoro, being that, you know, when attacking, he can put that rested Don on the Zoro leader, activate his ability, which if you're not familiar with Zoro, he's just a Don ×1. All of your characters get plus 1000 power. Really standard red aggression, you know. We've got our Shut Up and Come With Us event to search out our animals. We've got Makino, our Nami Searcher, typical 3-5 rush Zoro, right? But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're not already, and like deck profiles for the One Piece TCG, of course. And if you want to support me, I've got my TCG player affiliate link in the description if you're going to be buying any cards. Also, I have a coupon code you can use for Ned Garden if you're looking for any playmats. They're running a spring sale, and my coupon code, Straw Hat Pecan, gets you an additional 5% off on top of that, which is nice. And I've shown off, you know, my playmats that I've gotten from them. This Whole Cake Island one is new and has a lot of detail. Really dope. Love it. I've got also the Shanks mat. They've got Don Gundam, a lot of cool stuff. So check it out, the description. Yeah, pretty standard list, so I'm not going to dive into too much of a breakdown necessarily, right? Definitely key pieces we're looking for. This 3-5 chopper finds our pieces and helps us go super wide pretty early. This is really good mid game. We're not running the dragon so much anymore. We're just going super low to the ground aggro, which is nice. I like that for Zoro. Honestly, I feel like you could go back to the older style with like the 1-cost buggy searcher, you know, maybe even Curly to Don, find some stuff. I'd love to take a look at some of the other deck lists for Zoro because you have options now. You know, you have options. I'm sure you could even build this even more similarly to the starter deck Luffy and put in Kid Killer, maybe put in Dragon, you know, just keep going big and wide. Very fun deck. Very just typical red aggro if you're looking for something pretty straightforward in terms of you're just going to be punching face. Your opponent's going to be having to deal with your board. Even though they're little guys, they have to respect the fact that they're going to be hitting pretty fast and very often. And if they don't deal with your board, it's going to be a problem. So that's why Rob Lucci and even Blue Doflamingo were pretty hard counters for this, bouncing and KOing our board. And yes, those decks are still pretty prevalent, but in a time where like there was a ban list recently for us that people are adapting, and Zoro was also doing pretty well and probably will be doing pretty well in like set 11. Nice time to try it out, maybe. Not saying that I'm an expert on the deck, but let's get into it, have some fun. We've got Sugar. Interesting, because I have seen some lists run like an animal package. We're going to mulligan because, again, we kind of look for our searchers. The 3-5 chopper, pretty good. So we have 2 of them. That's actually kind of crazy. I think we can pick up a Sanji 2K counter. Luffy's nice, but it's another brick, and we have 2 rush cards anyway. And I would like some counter. So then we'll just pass. See what they play out. There's the Sugar. 5 of us we'll take, because once we start getting more things on the board, you know, our opponent will just be swinging at our board. They don't rest the Sugar because they wanted to leave up 2 Don for an event, I guess. Maybe like a Red Hawk. So we'll just poke 5 here. Get one of those events. Even though they're going to be able to ramp. And yep. KO our Nami. That's fine because we are going to... I think we'll search with the chopper first because we did find... yeah, we'll take the TB1 chopper. See what we have out of here. Chopper. Nice. So, pretty decent board. And they're going to want to swing into here. So we don't mind taking that first hit. We could even counter out of this, but I kind of do want to, honestly. But it would be a little bit of an over-countering. We would have to throw away the chopper here. I think I will, because then playing out this chopper means we have an entirely full board, and we can use the Kureha to swing into their sugar. And once we buff everything with 1k power, right, this chopper won't be able to get KO'd by like a Red Hawk, because he'll be 5k power now. So yeah, definitely good pieces to look for, being this chopper, being some of our 1 costs. So we'll buff everything first. Then we'll swing the Kureha. They only have 1 Dawn open, so we don't have to worry about a Nora beam. They just let it go. Honestly, it would also be a good time to establish the Luffy, being a big body. But yeah, just I think we're gonna go a bunch. So we leave 3 Dawn open for this. That's 2 Dawn. We have a 6, a 5, and a 6. So we can go 6, 6, 7, which is pretty good. No. Yeah. 6, 6, 7. So, or we could also play out another. We could have played on Makino, but we just needed the Kureha to swing into the Searcher. But if we were going to swing, we'll Hiking Bear as our only target. So actually, we don't need. Oh, let's see. Okay, we don't need the other chopper out necessarily. We can swing with the Zoro for a 6 again. Or 7. So I think we'll play out the Rush Zoro, swing for 7. And now they're at 1 life, which is kind of crazy. Like, that's just very aggressive. They are going to be at 9 Dawn, so they could heal with like a Big Mom if they have it. And they can swing into our buys. We actually have a couple of counter. Couple of 2Ks to protect our bigger swings, so they're almost forced to go here. So they're using Nora Beam just for the counter. Would have been a really good card to use earlier if they, I don't know if they had it or not, but they might have got it from life. We'll just pass. And yeah, that's the crazy part about Zoro is like, I mean, we have counter here. So if we can defend, the unblockable would be pretty good if they're at 1 life. We'll see if they have a 9 Mom. That would be pretty good. We'll just protect our board. Okay, they don't, but they might have a lot of defense. Okay. We'll just go here. We'll go on Hiking Bear to buff our chopper to even out our swings. 3 Dawn, so it's almost like normally I would swing lower first, but if they have a Nora Beam, which they can get one back from trash. So we're just going to poke a little bit higher with some of our higher bodies in case they do have a Nora Beam and they rest something like our chopper. They end up taking. So let's go. Okay. Yeah. All right. GG. Yeah. I guess they just didn't have the. Oh, they didn't have like any other events. That's unfortunate. They would have been able to block one, get Nora Beam back to rest one of our other swings. But at that point, we just had too many swings coming at them. We got Usopp. We're going to take first. And we got a Nami. So I think that might be okay. Just to establish something on our first turn. And we got Chopper. So beautiful. This is probably maybe a little bit rough of a matchup if they can just keep establishing blockers. But they don't have stage turn 1 unless they find it here. And they are forced to play out the Leo to find it. And not... Still not a stage. Oh, they do have stage. Okay. So that's unfortunate. But we'll still play out the Chopper. They'll just play out Zoro and KO it. Hopefully we find... Honestly, I think we go super wide here. Turn to deck, play out a Hiking Bear. So that way they can't really deal with our entire board. We have a 2K for this. So yep, Zoro coming out. Forgot about the stage. Yep, unfortunate. But, you know, is what it is. So we don't really have anything for Hiking Bear to you know, buff. We could go Makino buff Nami, swing 5. That's still enough to play a Zoro rush. Yeah, maybe. So let's swing Nami. Oh, 6. Yeah, 6 because of the leader buff. Yep. So then we have 3 6K swings coming at him, and then he has to respond to our little guys. Cool. A lot of 2Ks out already, but you know, it'll probably be easy for him to recover. It would be, honestly, we just need to see multiple of the 3-cost choppers, especially with him getting that Zoro out on curve with the stage. You know, RIP, kind of hard to deal with, but you know, we're still pretty healthy, right? Brook, interesting. I haven't seen many people running Brook, but fair enough. In Usopp, Hound Blaze, crazy. There goes my board, but we get to swing a little bit higher with Luffy, I guess. Let's see what we top deck. They leave up a Dawn for... Okay, Tempest Kick just a... Okay, so we'll leave up a Dawn for that. Go here. Swing 6 attached there. That becomes 7. So we get to swing 7 twice. I'm not really respecting his board, though. I don't think I really want to... While he doesn't have a blocker, I just want to punish his life. So try and get him down to... like maybe go for an unblockable moment, right? And then we also have the 1-cost event, which he probably knows. We got the chopper, that's perfect, but you know, he does have a lot of ample time to deal with it during his turn, as it was our first thing to get off of life. We could have maybe reserved, but I imagine he wouldn't really attach anything for his Dawn. He can just Kyros bounce it, honestly. Zoro pops. Okay. Honestly, we can save it, but then he just swings 6 in, and you know, don't really want to give up whole hand for that we can't defend for the whole turn. Looking for more rush options. Get the chopper. Play out the hiking bear. We'll just go wide, I guess. He can't deal with it all, right? Maybe at this point. Honestly, I probably could have just hit him down to 1 or 0 life. Possibly. Who knows? Who knows what he's got? Huh. I mean, with double searchers to find it, you know, is a little crazy for sure. But we did search quite a few times. It wasn't even top 15, right? Because we've searched with other choppers that couldn't find it. So we've cycled even more so. But yeah, not top 15 because we've gone through other chopper searchers, right? 2 of them, as well as more Nami and Kurehas. I mean, that's a lot of Zoros, but yeah, fair enough. We'll see if he's able to establish a blocker as well. 2 cards in hand. Not seen as Kyros, which is unfortunate for him, right? Being able to bounce something and then swing it like 6 into one of our bodies. But then we can buff up Nami to 6K for just 1 Dawn or 2 Dawn, right? 1 on leader, 1 for Makino, and then we can probably just split for the win, hopefully. Or that's unfortunate, but you know, is what it is. If he has another one. Let's counter 1 here. I don't know. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. If he puts out a blocker, we're kind of toasty toast. He doesn't. 2 Dawn open for, I don't know. So that's 6, 7, 8. So just 6? I don't know what he has. And then that leaves us 5 Dawn. I don't know if he has any kind of counter event. I have no idea. GG. Yeah, I was like, what? I mean, maybe blue? Who knows? GG. Yeah, I mean, we just searched a ton, actually, right? We went through, was that like 2 Nami searchers, a Kureha, 2 choppers, and a counter event as well. So, GG. This could be a little scary. I think, I don't, does he, oh, ooh. We'll keep that. We'll keep that. 2 choppers. Pretty good. No turn 1, but yeah. Monet. See, that's a little scary, but you know, that's why I was like, he can just deal with our choppers. So we have to hope that he just takes all the other hits. Robs him, coming in for the clutch. Love this guy. We should all just try and be more like Robson. Ooh, okay. Blocker. 7. Okay, so he's not respecting the Rob. It's gotta be rude. That's gotta be rude. We're not respecting the Rob? Crazy. All right, let's go here, find the chopper. All right, cool. Go here, 5 and 6. So I can split 6 and 6. But if he blocks out here, then I can just swing into it, burn out some cards from his hand. But I probably won't. I just want to play out the Kureha for more board spam, right? So we can't just pop everything until he gets to the point where he can play out like a Rayleigh. But he didn't want to swing into my board. We're just going to pump into his face. You know? Yep. Take another chopper. That is crazy. See, that's crazy. That's a pretty early search to find the chopper. After that was what, top 4, top 9, right? Yeah. From that we didn't see, and then from this, pretty nice, pretty nice. So if he clears board, we can just reestablish it. If he doesn't, then we can go higher swings with Rush Luffy. So I like that aspect of a list like this. You know, you can kind of pivot to if you need to go even wider, right? We can even just hard play out this chopper too. But it looks like he's probably just going to play with the Sanji and then Monet to pop something. We do have a decent amount of counter. We could maybe protect this, but if he just swings 8 into 4, I'm not going to give up that many cards. Because again, we can go wide, right? So we'll go here, search out 4, play out you. Go 1 Don lead, and so either way he's gonna block 1, right? Boom. He takes. Okay. So now we can swing over his blocker by 1k, and then we have a full board again. Get an Otama out. Yeah, honestly, I don't hate Caesar because, like, if you're going against a deck that's only playing like 1 card at a time, which is most decks, you can kind of clear board. It's just a matter of like establishing other characters in your same vein, right? I kind of like that card in this, you know, kind of helping leader ability online. Yeah, we'll let that go. We've got other rush options to give out. More than likely, we'll see 3 bodies go. I don't know. 7 at chopper. Yeah. I don't really want to burn out my hand of resources knowing that I can swing over his blocker a couple of times next turn, right? This chopper's going, and then he's going to swing into Kureha. All right, let's see. But here we can search for Kureha for another chopper. Sure. We can honestly go really wide too again, and then they'll all be standing bodies, right? So I can play out 6. I can just go 7, leave everything standing, and then push in for game the next turn, because we can play out our 3-cost chopper to play out Hiking Bear, play out Blocker Chopper. The next turn Blocker Chopper can go over his blocker, or he just pops one thing, right? Lets that go. We'll just, or we can actually push his life here too, but no, I'd rather establish 3 bodies, I think, because these Hiking Bears can then just buff themselves. And then regardless of anything getting popped, we have 2 options for a rush card, and we're still very healthy, so we can afford to take these 3 hits to our life, even possibly a 4th one being a rush card. But even like worst case scenario, he plays out like a Rayleigh, pops like 3 things, then he's not establishing a blocker. or pops two things, right? Pops one with the Rayleigh, makes one not really able to swing. Oh. This is place one 6,000 power or less at the bottom of the owner's deck. Interesting. 6 at us. We'll take. So we're losing 2 bodies. Like I thought would be a worst case scenario, but then we have 3 to swing with, plus a 4th from Rush. So we even have 2 Rush cards, which can swing as well, right? But we'd rather probably just swing a little bit higher with some of our stuff. Most likely lose this. Chopper, yep. So as long as we have something for the hiking bear to kind of buff up. Oh, he gets rid of my hiking bear. My hiking bear. No. No. Okay. So we'll play out Luffy, swing 7 by buffing up our leader. So 7 for 5 Dawn commitments, not bad. Okay. Let's just poke 5. Actually, that was kind of out of order, but you know, I wanted to get that online. So let's go 5. We can do 3 5s. Okay, I guess he did not have counter. Just 1 and 1. Yeah, nothing else. Okay, GG. Yeah, unfortunate. A lot of bricks, but some cool events. Yeah, round table. That was suggested to me when I made my Caesar Clown video. UFO as well. Seems like a good one. Just 2 Dawn commitment. But yeah, I like the Rush Luffy. So much value out of the starter deck. Like, so many red decks are using this card. It's kind of crazy. Hopefully you guys were able to pick up your copies. And his last one was a brick as well from life, so that wouldn't really helped him. Yeah, we could have swung like 5, 6, 7, 7, right, as our best numbers, I think. Or even put out another 6 from a Zoro. And kept our blocker standing. Who knows? I don't know. GG. We got Luffy. That's pretty good. Honestly, whenever I see these cards in my hand, that's when I kind of choose to keep. We'll take our only option, that Chopper. So yeah, we'll just be able to swing 5. And he won't really be able to really remove this, which is lovely. Boom. Gonna rob some. It's a target for him to swing into. Yep, Zoro. So that huge swing of like 8 Dawn is just gonna go into Rob over here. Oh, poor. Ooh, actually, I'm gonna save that. I think so. I think I can. Like, why not, right? Another Zoro. Fair enough. I kind of want to swing the 6 first just to see if it gets like... there could be something pops out of life, right? You never know. We got another great target. Yeah, so we just gave it 2k to punch face a little bit harder here, right? I don't... It's crazy. I don't even need the Chopper out right now. I don't need it. That's why I probably should have just let this go, honestly. I can just play a Machina, buff this up, just swing big into his life, get him down to like, you know, pretty early. That's like a 7 and an 8 coming at you this early is a little bit crazy. Actually, yeah, just do 2 7s so we can replace one of our characters with the event. Yeah, down to 1 life already. You have to respond to the Machina and or my 1 cost Kureha, right? We'll let that go off the first swing. Yeah, the fact that we're able to get so much off of that. Let's see. We'll play out Chopper. And we have another Chopper in our hand to fill up our... Right, he can pop something. So we'll have 2 swings as well still. Actually, we can just defend it. We could defend it. And then do we just win if we defend it and have 3 swings? Because we'll have 2 after this. No, because we can buff up Kureha with the event, right? We can go like 7. Just go a bunch of 7s, honestly. Or do I just go 6s and put out the other Chopper? 6 and a 7. who knows at this point. Okay, yeah, I think we're just gonna push in for game. Oh, what do you get? That's fine. Top knot. Just push in 10, and yeah, GG. Just so insanely fast when you get so many choppers and the searcher event. Like, it's kind of crazy. A lot of great top end. Honestly, the Kaido pretty good too. Be able to pop anything on our board and then swing into it. But just, you know, when you're having a full board on our 4-don turn, right? Like, and even my 1 cost is swinging for 6. It's a little bit aggressive. Oh, we got Smoker. Let's see. Definitely look for Mulgun's pretty good here. I think we'll keep, honestly, because of that. And we've got a combo of Nami and Makino we could play out. A couple of rush. Let's see. We do find the chopper. Love that. I think we'll play out Makino too. So Nami can swing as well. And it kind of forces swings into our little characters as opposed to whatever the chopper plays out. And he doesn't really on 3-don have an answer to our board, right? We'll take Kureha. Nice. Yeah, just Sanji coming out. So we'll buff. Boom. Swing 6 and 6. Play out. Ooh, we could also have kept one for the event. Let's go. Boom. So he'll be able to clear most of my stuff with swings, given the Virgo and everything, but, you know, we can just kind of refill the board as well. He's down to 2 life already. Sanji coming out. We got 2 7Ks. We'll not be able to save this, right? Unfortunately. But next turn, we can refill our board with Chopper. Virgo Searcher, see what he picks up. Okay, 2K counter. We'll definitely leave up 1 Don for the event. Swing 6K. Get this Chopper. Cheat out Hiking Bear. Love that. I forgot there's 7K in that. Yep. So we'll probably swing 7, play out, or we can we can play out a Kureha too. So we can just swing 6, 4 Don for our bodies, 1 for that. Yeah. Just keep ourselves as wide as possible. And we pick up a Chopper. They know we have the event, right? Otherwise we would have swung higher, but got some counter out of their hand. We'll see what they do for 7 Don. We have 3 standing bodies and we'll get another one. Oh, let's just search because it just replaces the character. Yep, that's kind of crazy. So, yep. So our board is pretty much secured for the next. Right, if you turn, they could Mulgun. Carrot, interesting. I can just play over top of them, honestly. Fair enough. Okay. Let's go here. Hiking Bear. Buff up. This Chopper. We're just going to 2 Don here just to swing over top of the blocker. Because I just want to pressure his life right now while we have the chance. I could pop the carrot too. Actually, I know I can't now. Well, no, I can, right? Because we have that Chopper still buffed up. We could do that. Or I could just establish another, right? Chopper. I kind of want to swing here, see what we can do. 5. Okay. So we do 2 Don on Kureha. Swing 5. We can go 6 and 7. We got another body that they'll have to deal with. And now, honestly, they'll probably block, I'd say. Yep, cool. So, full board. We just have to hope for, like, we could even go like a Sanji 2K counter to buff up our Luffy, go unblockable. They could play out the Kid, but we have Mulgun to kind of swing into it. Yeah, so we'll lose a few of our bodies for sure, for sure. see what we have standing after this. Yep, just going for my little ones, right? So we won't really have anything. Unfortunately, maybe I should probably left some standing. Yeah, no point in saving that at all. Okay, interesting. I wish we had like an Otam or something, you know? One Don open. So we'll Mulgun pop nothing, right? And then we'll go 7-3. Hope we get it. Cool. And then we'll just go 7 to life. Jeez. That is a lot of bricks, but it happens, man, because I have the same thing happening when I play Bonnie sometimes. It's unfortunate. I thought it was going to be like a rad beam. We'd have to go for another turn. We did get another rush card, so we would have been able to rush. And he doesn't have a blocker, so that would, yeah, even if he was able to survive that, unfortunately, right? But yeah, the Mulgun very strong against ACOS Kid. You know, you can't rely on it anymore with so many like tech cards being around. Mulgun, Gamma Knife, right? Any kind of power reduction just makes the kid hard to defend, really hard to defend, unless you have like already like 3 blockers out on your board, right? But GG. Those are the games. Again, a very fun, straightforward aggro deck. Well, not straightforward. You have a lot of options, right? You can go super wide. You can go pretty aggressive with your mid-range bodies with these, you know, type of aggro, right? We can always try to look for our answers to blockers or anything like that as well. Like this chopper is very good for those situations. You know, there's a lot of thought with what you're trying to find when you're going so wide. And there's the fact that we have access to a few searchers in the deck that just make it super consistent, right? You can always kind of find your 3-cost chopper or even your EBO2 or EBO1 chopper, right? To get everything kind of online and staying consistent, right? Just constantly having a full board. Even our 1 costs are always able to threaten a swing, especially with Makino in the deck. Very fun stuff. Zoro's a classic, right? OP10 leader, I guess, play before the block rotation starts. I don't really know much about that, but yeah, very fun leader. Let me know what you think of the list down in the comments of the games. If you're having fun with Zoro or any other red leader, right? Like I said, I got a lot of people tell me to try this after my ST21 Luffy video. So there's definitely a lot of great red aggro leaders right now. So let me know in the comments what you're rocking with, playing, what do you think. Leave a like, subscribe, and hope to see you on the next one. Bye-bye.